off, congratulations on everything. The series is so much fun. It's so amazing, and everything that happened in the series, it's just wonderful to see 5 Emmys. And I definitely love want to talk about this season because there's so much going on this season. Not only the fun adventures and the epic battles, but there's also something wrong with Lunella. She's a teenager and she's experiencing some PTSD and anxiety that all kids and teenagers go through. Can you tell me more about what she goes through mentally this season and how this will affect her going forward?
Honestly, that's what I love about the show is because Lunella goes through real human teenage emotions. That means like she's impulsive sometimes and she makes decisions based on like just raw emotions. Um, and that like speaks to me in my own personal life because I'm also a very impulsive person as well. But you'll see that pop up in the decisions she makes along her way. Um, but yeah, that's one of my favorite themes about the show is that she is a genuine 13-year-old superhero. Like she does go through these raw things and raw emotions. And you'll see that like pop up. And I don't know. I think that it's beautiful to see the representation, of course, like a dark skinned superhero like that's growing into what it means to be a superhero. I think last season she was falling into it. She didn't know exactly what she was getting into or like how to deal with it. But this season she has a bit more of a like she knows she's a superhero this time. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
Well, my favorite thing about the series is that it does touch. It's entertaining for kids to watch and enjoy, but it's also entertaining for adults because it has little quirks and deeper context to it. And what I love about Lunella this season is not to spoil anything, but that this season is that we get to see a deeper, darker, not darker, but a deeper side of her that isn't discussed in our community. For Black women and Asian women and people of color, we don't get to talk about mental health,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that is so important that to express, especially the kids who are watching this. I was wondering if how it was for you to explore Lunella's mental health throughout this season.
Jeez, it was honestly, it was really good for me because I am super big on mental health. I am bipolar, so I think it's also important to explore the anxieties, the frustrations, the conflictingness about like getting older. I found out I was bipolar when I was like 17, 18. So to go back and kind of like try to understand what those first anxieties were for me is very similar to what like I'm not saying that Lunella is bipolar, but I'm saying like that's the way that I connect
Yeah.
to the mental health aspect of it. Growing up and understanding, okay, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. I think Lunella is also dealing with like understanding her feelings and growing up and taking care of her mental health, and I think that that's really important for people of color to see because in our community I don't think we really deal with it head on. We kind of just, you know, we pray about it and we, whatever, but um I'm grateful that we're allowed to explore these kind of themes in Moon Girl.
Yeah, well, the series did so well last season, and with the Emmy wins and a huge following of fans. Moon Girl Lunella is just amazing for little girls. Black girl magic and everything to look up to. And the series is also showcasing the LGBTQ characters with a recurring trans person and a non-binary character on the series. Was there ever a moment for you that you realized the impact of the series in the community?
Yeah, because we have these Easter eggs in the show. Like it'll be like a different sign or like a sticker on a water bottle, and it'll be like supportive of like the LGBTQ, like or like having two dads on the show, having Casey's dads be, prominent characters on the show. I'm just happy that we get to like discuss these themes. It makes me so like I don't know, just like proud to be a part of something that like we are representation for a lot. Her being the first black 13-year-old like Marvel Disney superhero is that could have been enough, but everybody on the team was like, no, we're gonna put all these little different Easter eggs, all these little stickers, all these little things, and make that impact more. And I don't know, I'm just proud to be a part of something that has so many progressive like themes, and it has something to actually say, you know.
Yeah, well, and that's so important for us because, you we do have a black superhero in the Marvel universe, and not only do like because with the MCU, it's mostly adults who are watching, but here we see kids and adults get to really enjoy it together and see a black family and see a community, a Latinx ex a friend, best friend, and just like the community. Was there ever any a situation or moment that like you just felt like a kid came up to you and just told you something, or your family told you this is important?
Well, there was a moment I went to a state fair and there was this little black girl wearing a Moon Girl t-shirt. And I was like, "Oh my God." But even there's for Halloween, there were a couple of like white girls dressed up as Moon Girl. And I was like, "Whoa, like I've never seen a black character connect to the like even like that community." Like that makes me happy because I feel like it's mending a lot of like bridges that we haven't seen before, like seeing Moon Girl on a shirt and then seeing like people that aren't Latino or black like in full Moon Girl costume makes me happy because it's like, wow, like this, like imagine that girl going to school and like seeing, you know, a girl with the poof balls, like, and then relating that to Moon Girl, and then that girl being super kind to this one girl, like, I don't know. I just it makes me happy, but I've just been seeing a lot of cosplay, a lot of t-shirts, and I don't know, man. And they're all like 8 or 9, and it just makes me so happy.
Well, Moon Girl is universal, and it's great to see her kind of thrive this season too into her own superhero. And I was wondering, what can you tell me about Lunella's journey this season? Will she tell her family eventually, or do you have a favorite storyline or guest stars?
I think this season, one of my favorite episodes is the episode where they go into Devil. There's this song in that episode where I think Casey and her are feuding a little bit, and they have the song about like being best friends or whatever. But that's one of my favorite episodes this season. I also like the relationship that the Beyonder and Moon Girl are starting to develop. You
Mhm.
see, because they started off, you know, not really, they were like, I don't know how to feel about you, da 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 da. This season we get to see them kind of grow some compassion for one another and grow some love, you know, and get to feel each other out a bit more. um yeah, those are my two themes of this season that I really like. I can't say if Moon Girl ever tells, but you'll see if you watch.
And final question, because I know I don't want to keep you of a long day today, but we've seen Maria Hill, we've seen Bill Foster. Are there any characters in the MCU that you would like to see in the series that you would
Oh
like to see? Doesn't mean that they're in it. It's just that you would like to experience them in the series.
my favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man. So I would love to see some Spider-Man in there. Who else? Yeah, Spider-Man. That's the one that I want to see.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and I can't wait for everyone to see the second season. It's so good. It's so refreshing. It's great for our community, and it's just great overall. It's universal. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
Thank
speaking with
you.
me.
The activists, directors, comments and the lectures, fanboys, professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life, comics, movies, and TV. Yeah, pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen here. it plays, so check this.